Thank you for having me. So my name is Lindsey, and I hail from the Okanagan. I come from Kelowna, and that is in beautiful British Columbia. If those of you who haven't been there, you should come there. It's beautiful. It's probably why I'm smiling, because it's so sunny and lovely there. But anyway, so I did come by with my parents because I can no longer drive, but not only because I broke my ankle, but some of my vision loss has taken away my license. So my story begins about a year and a half ago, and I was in Mexico, and one of my favorite indulgences is reading political magazines. So when I'm on vacation, I sneak away and I sit under the sun and I read them. And I was opening it up and I realized, oh no, am I just getting old? Is this the factor of age where I can't read my favorite columnists? And then I was looking for my family members in the pool, and I realized everybody's faces looked kind of blurry. And I thought, okay, so maybe it's not just reading, maybe it's far away. And fast forward a couple months, because I'm stubborn, I thought, whatever, I'll just tough it out. And fast forward a couple months, and my disease took my vision and dropped it off some more significantly, so as to give me a little bit more of a nudge to go to the doctor. So, like most of our stories, I saw the ophthalmologist, and test after test, I got ruled out not having a tumor, and that was a lovely success in and of itself. And then we kept going on multiple tests thereafter. On July 30th, I get a call from Dr. Anna Lehman. I still remember her voice. And she told me that I was diagnosed with LHON. And my first reaction was, oh, thank goodness I finally have a diagnosis, because as many of you know, the uncertainty of what you have is half of the emotional trauma. So once I got diagnosed, I was chatting with Anna about how it's an incurable disease thus far, and I could possibly qualify for a couple drug trials. But because it had been so long, almost a year since onset, there was one drug trial that I almost didn't qualify for, and that we were in a very big rush to do, and it is the genetic trial that the doctors were talking about. So July 30th happens, and the very next day I get a phone call from the drug trial site in Denver asking me if I would like to participate in a drug trial. I immediately said yes, not knowing what the heck was going on. I got a disease diagnosis, and then I get accepted into a drug trial. So we spent the next 2 weeks before going to Denver doing some research and knowing that we were going to talk to the doctors. And so my mom and I were set to go. My travel companion extraordinaire, who's here today, which I'm very grateful for. We go to the airport. Well, the other thing about the beautiful Okanagan where I live is that we call it the Smokanagan, because it is inundated with this beautiful nature, but nature has its own way of telling us things, and we have a ton of forest fires there. So it was so bad that none of the planes could fly out. And when the plane couldn't fly out, I was devastated. And when I was devastated, I realized how much this actually meant to me to participate in a trial such as this. So fast forward, I get new DNA inserted into my eyeballs. I'm officially a GMO. I'm a nutritionist, and I don't even eat GMOs, and now I'm a GMO. So I have this new DNA in my eyes. Part of the drug trial is that they pre-screen you to make sure that you are a suitable candidate, and then you go through the drug process, the trial process. And part of my process was receiving 2 injections in my eyes, and it was as scary as it seems, but it wasn't so bad. It didn't hurt at all or anything, and I had a lovely doctor holding my hand and talking me through it all. And then 2 weeks later, I had to go for a follow-up treatment, a follow-up visit, and 2 weeks after that, and then a month after that, and 3 months after that. And so it was a lot of traveling for a really good purpose, nevertheless, but it was still a lot of traveling. And so my vision from the start of the drug trial, I could only see 12 letters, and so my central vision obviously was affected. I couldn't see anybody's faces. And 3 months later, my vision has increased 4 times the number of 12, so I can see now 48 letters. And I'm one of those poster childs for this drug trial, because my vision somehow isn't taking 2 years to get better, if better at all. It's really doing it within the first 6 weeks, 12 weeks, etc. So I feel extremely lucky. And because of this feeling, I decided this year that for my birthday I would host a Dining in the Dark dinner event. And it was the first one that Kelowna's done in 4 years. They don't have any fundraisers really going on locally in the area. And one of my biggest passions in life is organizing events and getting people together and being a champion for a cause. Like, I almost have a degree in human rights because I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll be a lawyer so I could actually like have a foundation to champion for things. So maybe this is just my reintroduction for it. So on my birthday, I held a Dining in the Dark dinner fundraising event, and we raised $2,600, and we raised it for the local CNIB chapters so that when I was struggling with my vision and I didn't know what was wrong with me, I reached out to the CNIB, and they came back to me, and by trade, like I'm a nutritionist, a holistic nutritionist, and I was just trying to get my business started. So as I started to lose my vision, I obviously couldn't work on the computer or read papers or patient profiles, so I was feeling extremely lost. And my optometrist, unfortunately, wouldn't fit me for any glasses just to even slightly improve my vision. And so when I went to the CNIB, they had a solution for me. There were these, oh, what is that guy off of the Trailer Park Boys, Bubbles? There were these glasses that were super thick and super sexy. But they gave me these glasses, and they happened to be donated by another group, which kind of inspired me to give back when I got a bit of my lucky vision back, now that I was so fortunate to be part of a trial and to be able to recover some of my vision for who knows how long. And so I decided to give back. So we raised the money, and the money is going to the community and community members that require magnifiers on a bigger level that can't afford them. There's things called daisy players. So we've crossed now 6 people off of the list in Kelowna to help them better improve and get on with their lives. So just the last thing I wanted to talk about is just how this has changed my life. And I think that with anything, there's going to be a period of acceptance and trying to come to terms with what's going on and what your new reality is, because it's not just the same walking through life normally as one would. Well, they don't have to really think about it. Now, with this vision, and my vision could go at any time, or I still do have vision problems. I can't drive on highways, and I'm struggling to still read books and things that I love, but that's not going to stop me. I've been really fortunate to become closer with my family. I travel all the time with, like I said, my mom extraordinaire, my dad's here in town as well. I just think that it helped me. I was at a point in my life where I think I was just a little bit on autopilot, and I don't think I was doing all the things that made me happy. And getting diagnosed with this disease made me wake up and live. And in a way that I just started playing basketball again. I started teaching myself how to cross-country ski, courtesy of YouTube videos. I got back into the gym, and I love weightlifting. I'm going to enter a bodybuilding competition in November, pending my ankle. And I just believe that there's a silver lining in everything. So there is maybe a way that I feel like I'm living more purposefully now. And it's just brought me together with all of you folks, and that's been a really nice highlight. So thank you very much.